Greetings, and it is your pleasure to be watching the greatest RPG show of all time. Your main man returns. Before we get into the topic at hand, remember to go out and buy our Within the Ring of Fire books, perfect for the RPG fan in your life. Get your Christmas shopping done. Our drive-through RPG. Pick up your physical copies of Within the Ring of Fire, hardback, softback. The first 4 books for Within the Ring of Fire are out. We hope to have the 5th book out before the end of this year. You can get PDF bundles from your main man. Hit me up on Facebook. Send me a friend request. My Facebook page is right here. I'm late to accept everybody. And you can get your PDF deals. 80 bucks will get you everything ever released on PDF from Within the Ring of Fire. Everything ever released. The first 4 books are done. The 5th book is written. Just having to have all the final polishing, getting some late artwork in and things like that. And there are 2 more books that I've already started on writing for Within the Ring of Fire. Now, Monsters and Men, long awaited, has about 40 more playable species in it you can add right in your Within the Ring of Fire game. Change your view of Kavega Thale, get all those species, get the Arwoods, get the Typhids, get the Bovid-She, get the nymphs, the 7 different types of nymphs, get your Gorgons, get your vampires, werewolves, get your Hibben, get everything you need to complete your RPG experience Within the Ring of Fire style. A ton of new advantages as well. That's out now. You can get it hardback, get it on softback, get it from Drive-Thru RPG, and you can also get that directly on PDF from your main man at an even cheaper price. Saga book, I've just reduced the PDF price on Drive-Thru RPG, and you can get that from me as well, and get even a couple more bucks off of your purchase price. Trying to make it affordable, try to get you involved in deep immersive RPG, reimagined fantasy like never before, engaging and creative to the RPG element. Today we're talking about RPG notes. Lisa Simpson. And this is something that I've seen a lot, particularly in a game like Werewolf the Apocalypse, where people are playing 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, and playing them just like they're adults, just like we'll see with everybody out there. I think it's seen The Simpsons, and you see originally, the character is a 2nd grader, so I don't know, what is that, like 7, maybe 8 years old. And slowly in the deal, she's like a grad level student now. She just thinks that no way a child that age could do the skill points, the ideas, the aptitudes, the skill levels, the social ideals of things. A person that age not interested, entertained, not engaged in those sort of things. And the character definitely very much an adult. And I see very often people in games like Werewolf the Apocalypse or other games where they're playing younger characters, they play them just like adults. Just like adults. I've seen that over and over and over and over again. Your main man has played younger characters. That does not play them in that fashion. I'm going to add some impatience in. I'm going to add some ignorance in. I'm going to add a moodiness, that testosterone that fuels them, or the overabundance of estrogen. If you're playing a female character that age, you can see that in the the videos we did with Werewolf the Apocalypse that Andrew Brampton was running. And you can see your main man showing you just how to do that just right, just the way I always do. So when you're playing a younger type character, you don't want them to come off as an adult. Otherwise, just play an adult. It always resonates, even if the character is more adult for whatever reason, the precociousness, the exacting training or whatever. You got to throw that amount of adult into the character, but you got to throw that amount of child into the character as well. And that's really important. Show the cracks. Show it's like, oh, I'm trying to be an adult or whatever, but now it's not working. Now it's not coming out. Now I'm interested in this childish thing or that childish thing. And you can bring that across, and really, boom, you knock that character right up to 100, and you're off to the races. You're really impressive and dazzling people as you add that immaturity to them, as you combine the reconciled attempt to be an adult with the impulses of childhood, and that produces such a complex, entertaining sort of character. So you want to make sure you're doing that when you're playing a character that's younger, particularly in something like Werewolf the Apocalypse. You don't want to do that, because now you're a child and you're being told, you're awesome, you're the best, you're great. And so many kids talk to them and they have the kind of fantasy, and they think, oh, I'm going to be the leader, I'm going to be the president, I'm going to be this great sports star. They have very unrealistic expectations and ideals and thoughts about their future lives, which pretty much aren't going to happen for them, but they still have that fantasy, which hasn't been shattered by often the cold hard reality of adulthood, and it puts them in a place to that naivete when you're actually being told you are now an 8 and 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall werewolf, powerful enough to inflict your will on all those around you. People will be terrified from you. You are special. You are pure. You are better than you are Gaia's chosen. Ho ho, boy, what's that do to a 12 or 13-year-old's ego? Boom! And they can kill you too because they're werewolves. That can really bring across a tremendously interesting character when you combine those elements of you have to be an adult now, as you are a child now, as your immaturity, and then we work some say again with werewolf, when you're mixing them with gnosis, when you're mixing them in with rage, when you're mixing them in with a strong willpower for a child, at least, that can really produce a character that can be memorable, and you want to make your characters memorable. Don't be the guy and the girl in the game where it says, yeah, remember we were playing this game? And it was like, yeah, well, yeah, your character was cool, it did this and that. Yeah. And then be like, well, what did you play again? You failed when everyone's like, well, you was in that game? Yeah, I was there for 3 years. No, I couldn't have been. Yeah, I was there. Well, we remember hanging out with you, but you wasn't up in that game. You was maybe in a different game. No, I was there. But damn, you seem to remember everything. You listen to our stories and repeating them back to us and adding yourself into them, because we sure aren't having you in the story because we don't remember what you did, and you want to be remembered. You want to have an exquisite piece of performance art when you're RPGing and make the people really go, wow, that was entertaining, that was intense, your character was awesome. You want to play to make your character cool, play to make your character etched on the memories of those around you. So when you're playing that younger character, make sure you work the young aspect, the young part into them. It does a disservice to you, and I've seen this many times from many people playing just an adult, just their same age or what have you, and there's no trace of childhood in the character, and I find that very problematic. If anything, you probably want to go the other way, like, oh, well, I'm old, but I didn't have a childhood, so now I'm all Peter Pan, Michael Jackson, or whatever, where you have mental issues because, you were made to be an adult when you were 5 years old, and your mind in with that. So, something for you to consider, something for you to think about, particularly in a game where you're playing that young sort of character. Or if you got someone that's going to play a character like that, have them watch your main man videos. All of them, really, but this one in particular. And I think I also have one, Werewolf the Apocalypse on Cubs, which you might want to check out. Something like that to help you understand your rage. It's been your main man, as always, reminding you, follow your main man, _RPG on Twitter. Hit me up on Facebook. Get the link right off the main page here on my YouTube channel. And buy Within the Ring of Fire and mesmerize your mind with an exquisite RPG experience, the likes of which no other game will produce.